Did everyone know that you were responsible for this hit?
Unfortunately, yes. And I say that because Jimmy and I were getting concerned with having these. We were the only ones doing anything. We already killed 2 or 3 guys already during the war. Okay, this one was like, there was one more after that one. And we would go to these meetings, and Jimmy and I would be standing there, and I'll never forget it. Greg would be telling the details to not only Carmine, who was the consigliere. I don't know why he was telling him, but okay, he was the consigliere. But he would tell other guys, other captains and good fellas. So now there's like 5, 6 guys that already know everything we're doing. And Jimmy, we would just look at each other and roll our eyes and like say, what are we going to do? I mean, he's the boss. What do we do? You know? There were times in the car after that, later on, a few months later, where Jimmy and I would look at each other in the mirror because it was getting out of control. This whole war was getting out of control. It was beyond out of control. Where he knew what I was thinking, Jimmy. I could kill Greg right here, and this war is over. Not that I would do it, and I didn't do it, obviously, but we would look at each other in the mirror when he would come up with some silly thing to do. Like, he wanted us to dress as FBI agents to go get somebody out of the house. And I said, how are we going to pull that off? I says, we can get guys cheap suits and they don't recognize or whatever, but you need credentials. He looks at me and he says, I can get them. Don't worry about it. So all these little hints are being dropped. We had the scanner, if you remember that. We had a scanner where we were listening on a top secret code, frequency. It's like a 5-digit number. You can pick it out of the air. We had it. And we're listening to the FBI, talk to the police force, the task force, the NYPD. They're following us. We're following them as they're following somebody else. We find out where they're doing surveillance on Vickery. So we're getting addresses and places where to go. So, it's just crazy, crazy time.
Okay, well, this was the big hit, but there was 4 hits total during the war?
Well, yeah. The first one we got was one of the guys that was on the botched attempt on Greg early on. His nickname was Vinny Venus. And we were driving the neighborhood and we were finished. It was the end of the day. We were going to head back to the pool room, which I owned at the time, and call it a night and just go have a drink, all be together where we're safe. And as we're pulling down a block, we see his car. And then off to the side, he's hanging a Christmas wreath on his garage door. So we drive around the block. We set up this plan. It was a simple plan that when we get to the corner, we're going to put a piece of tape on our plate because we had no crash car. We're in a legitimate van. As we come around, we forget that. We don't stop and cover the plate. We're supposed to stop, and 3 of us are going to get out. Greg, myself, and one other guy is the plan. Greg already got the window open with the rifle out the window. We pull up, and I'm about to open the door, and I hit a shot. And he looks at me, goes like that. I said, okay, I'm not going anywhere now. He shoots him 2 more times. The first one knocked him dead. I mean, he was down on the floor. He was finished. But he hits him 2 more times. We go back to the pool room. That was the first one where we retaliated.